Jason, it was a game which had plenty of chances. It was end-to-end stuff at times. I frustrated to having led 2-0 to draw the game, or do you think on the balance of play it was a fair result?
Well, I'm disappointed because when you're 2-0 up, you should finish games off. But like I said, I think a draw was a fair result. It was massive. It was like fine margins all over the park. They started better than us, and then we scored 2 great goals. And we should have or could have scored another one, third one. But their lads at the underside of the park in the force. They're a good side. They're in a false position. They should be doing better than what they are. They've got good players. They knock it about well. But we were always a threat, and that was what pleased me. Disappointed at half time. We've come in, spoke about starting the second half well, and being compact and organised, and we've conceded from a corner, which was disappointing. And it's probably the first corner that they probably shanked, if you like, because they put great balls in there, and he's headed it two yards off the ground. So it was like backs to the wall for 5 or 10 minutes after that, and then we regrouped, and then I thought we played some very good stuff in the second half, and maybe we didn't shoot when we should have shot. We got into great areas and made the wrong decision. But we were always a threat. Before the game, would you took a draw here, especially? I don't know whether I've walked under a ladder coming to Telford, because we never ever get a result against these. So when it was 2-0, you needed to get about 4 goals start before you start to ease off a little bit. But like I say, it's a good point. They're a good side, got good players, but we played a big part in what was a very good advert for the league, I think.
I think they scored at key times, obviously 6 minutes before the break and 2 minutes after. Do you think if we led 2-0 at the break, do you think we would have seen it out in the second half?
If what's and maybes, isn't it? If they'd have scored first, would we come back? I don't know. Like I say, I think the big point was they had a good chance and it's cleared off the line, and then we've had a great chance where Ben McKenna's put a great ball in, and Rammer's headed it just wide, and the lads pulled a magnificent save off Glenn Taylor's header. What a save that was, and if that had gone in, I think their heads would have gone down, because the fans were getting on the manager's back, and it was one of them. But like you say, they scored at the right time, good finish. And then the disappointing thing was that they didn't really have to work for the second goal. They've got down the line too easy, got a set play, and they've scored from a set play, which was disappointing. And then it was sort of, you thought you'd have to roll the sleeves up for the last 40 minutes, but we didn't. We grew into the game again, got our second win, and I thought we got into some good areas in the second half, and we just didn't have that killer instinct.
The unbeaten league run now stretches to 11 games. Do you feel we kind of have the look of a side who kind of won't be beaten at any point over the course of the season now?
I don't think so. I think, like you say, you just have to look at the league. And I haven't seen the results, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's shocks around the league again today, and I haven't seen any, because, like you say, it's so unpredictable, the league, and it's one of them where we've just put another point on the board. It's been a really tough. People forget it's heavy pitches. We've been at Alfreton on a Saturday. We've been to Brackley, Southport. Then we've had Boston, and then we've come to a massive club like Telford, and on a heavy pitch, and perform well again. So we're going in the right direction. There's a good belief in the group. But there's a long way to go now, and that's why it's important that when you're away from home, you take the points on the board. If you win your home games and get out anything from the away games, you won't be far away at the end of the season.
And just a quick one on the FA Trophy. Obviously, that's next Saturday. A trip to Leamington away, a tough game, but how high is the trophy on the priority list? Obviously, going out the FA Cup as well. No,
we went out the FA Cup just third round, so we did all right in the FA Cup. We would have liked another couple of rounds in that. But it's another tough game. You have to look at the fixtures, and a lot of Conference North teams play each other. When it's North and South, it's very lopsided that you get an Evo stick team, which is no disrespect to them, because that's a good league. But there's never any gimmies in the northern section, so it's a tough game. I'd just like to congratulate Paul from Leamington on 10-year service, because I know how hard management is, and he's done a fantastic job there. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. They're a good side. They've got a good loan players from league clubs, which they do well, and it's going to be a tough game. Any game down that way is a tough place to go and get a result. So we need to be bang at it, and we'll train hard Tuesday and Thursday, ready for that game. But like I said, I just thank the supporters who came again. You're talking an 8-hour round trip, whatever it is, and they were magnificent, sung their hearts out today. And like I say, we're very fortunate to have a bunch like that.